Hi guys, so today um I want to talk about religion because I have some questions, I guess. So because I've been seeing like a lot of TikToks regarding religion and people talking about different like theories on the book or whatever, and I wanted to basically with the information that I got from there and some research online, I just wanted to basically ask more questions. And basically, there's a song that came out by Gigi Perez. It's called Fable, and in the song, it's a song about her sister. Okay, but there's also some lyrics regarding like religious beliefs, and it's regards of like homosexuality because homosexuality it's seen as a sin and being wrongful. Some people say it's a mental illness, and the thing that like gets my mind running is because like I feel like some points can be contradicting, because in the book it said that we shouldn't judge others, but then there's religious people who are judging people for being homosexuals, but wouldn't that be going against your Lord's word? It's a contradiction in itself without any further explanation, to be honest. And I just feel as if though like there's so much points that just link back to the same thing, and it's just contradiction because it's like suicide is said it's wrong. Okay, you go to hell if you commit suicide. Okay, but then like there's a vast majority of people who, due to religious beliefs and who turn out to be homosexuals, they kill themselves because it's said that who they are is wrong. But is that like a good like recompense for like being a homosexual? Like is that like that's okay? Is that like a good reason for committing suicide? Like, oh, if you commit suicide for that reason, it's said to be okay and that you get to go to heaven because you're no longer contributing to the sin. I don't I don't understand it. But two things that are wrong don't make a right. So it just to me it's like it's very like questionable to me because like especially me like I grew up with like a strong belief in religion, and I always knew that it was said that homosexuality was wrong. But then when I was put into the freaking driver's seat of that ride to hell, then I guess it was just a whole nother ball game. It's not fun, It's not fun discovering who you are when you're young. It's really not. The tears, and the thing is, I've seen other people have to talk about it on TikTok as well. I cried. I cried a lot about who I was, and I wanted to be someone else, but I couldn't be because it was just meant to be for me. I don't know how else to say it. I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I say it so much because that's just. I cried so much about it because you think anybody wants to go to hell? They don't. So when I heard that and I figured out who I was that young, it was just it was just a deal breaker for me, and I hated myself a lot growing up due to that reason. But it's like my question for like parents is like, would you prefer like a kid who just grew up in the LGBT, or would you prefer your kid be dead? Because if you're religious and you want to go by the book and then your child comes out a certain way, like what do you want to do for them? Do you want to change them, tell them they're confused? But it's like the thing is, I feel like when you're the outsider of a situation, you have to hear it through from the inside and get another point of view, because it's like you're basing your perception of things based off of your knowledge on the outside. But then when you hear things coming from the inside, it's a whole different thing. You only know what's on the surface, but not underneath. You just have an idea of it, but you don't know the whole concept to it. So how can you judge based off of that? And it's like the thing about me is like I hadn't even gotten to the point in the Quran where I read that part, but it's like I'm scared to even see it, because once I see it written down, it's gonna make me contemplate my whole entire existence again, and I'll feel like I'm back to being a child. And it's really scary, you know. It's scary. It is. And even to this day, being 20, like, the thing is, I go by the book, and I do right, and I don't judge others, and I don't lie. I do what I'm supposed to do, but it's like, I just think, like, is doing what I'm supposed to do even, like, gonna amount up to the sin I live in every day? Like, am I doing something for a reason? I mean, to me, at least I could tell myself, like, regardless of the greater good, I could still say that the things I do for other people and the kindness that I spread, at least I could be satisfied. Because I don't know, it's like, I just think about it a lot, you know? Because it's like, who doesn't want to go to heaven? You know, who doesn't? And it's like, is it fair that, like, you can be the best person, you could do everything good, you can pray, you could give money to charity, help homeless people, spread kindness, do all the things it said you're supposed to do, but then, bam, you're a homosexual, so you go to hell just for that, for something you didn't have a choice about? Is that fair and just? I mean, is it? If there's an answer, then I guess I'm looking for it, because to me it's not fair. But I'm not no conspiracy theorist, nor like an atheist. I do believe in God. I do. My belief in him is very strong, but some things is just, I guess I can't turn an eye to. But it's like, I don't think it would be fair, you know. And I don't think that people should be shunned for something they didn't have a choice over, because it's said that God made everything. He made the entire world, but wouldn't that mean homosexuality was also a part of his creation, because it existed since the beginning of time, whether you want to believe that or not? But it's always existed. It's always existed. Just before then, they didn't have a word for it, but that was all. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a thing. It was. So it's like, are we malfunctions of God's creation, or were we devil made? But the devil can't create, he can only take. That's the thing. So I don't understand. Like, the thing is, like, I'm just like all over the place with like this ideology, and I just don't know what to think anymore. And just, this is what, like, kind of takes me away from religion in a sense, because it's like, regardless of your belief, it's almost like you'll never be accepted for who you are, you know? And they do say on TikTok, oh, even online, that, oh, the Bible and the book, well, I seen it for the Bible, not the Quran, but it says, oh, it was rewritten in another way, like, they, like, reiterated the meaning of man shall not lay with man. But the thing is, we'll never know these things. All we could do is question it and come up with a fit answer in our head that still wouldn't even make sense to you, because what's in your head versus what's in a book is two different things, you know. One thing's on page, and one thing is you just think about it. But this is just one thing I'm curious about, because it's hard to live with this in your head every day. And as you get older and you become closer to death's door, it's like, what more can you do? And it's like, some people say it's a choice, but like, attraction and sexual desire, you know what you like. So unless you can just go up to the opposite gender that you know you're not interested to, sit up there and be like, and force. No, the thing is, I can't even say force, because you actually have to want it. Do you think that you can actually just sit up in front of someone and just like them, the opposite gender that you know something you don't like, and force yourself to like it? Do you think that's what people do, and they just do it just because they can? It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. But people, is just like a misunderstanding. And just this being said, it's just like, it contributes to more hate in the world, and we're told not to hate, but people will do that regardless. And then with this belief, people do it even more, because gay is wrong, gay is wrong, gay is wrong. And it's like, it's just a bunch of contradiction, because everybody knows there's stories of priests who go behind closed doors and do weird stuff with children. And are they forgiven because they go and they pray and ask for forgiveness, because God is told to be the most forgiving person? But do these people get a pass because they go do this weird stuff and ask for forgiveness, but homosexuals, they don't get a pass just because of something they don't have a choice over? And people do right and they do the greater goods, but regardless, nothing amounts up to nothing just because of who they like. Is that the right answer to what I'm asking? And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But the thing about it is, we'll never know until we die. That's the thing. So I guess no point in pondering on something that you'll just never have the answer to. But you can still ask questions and be curious regardless, because that's a part of about being human. Is your curiosity is a part of you, and I'm very curious, and I have a lot of questions about different things, and this is one thing that I've questioned for a long time. And again, no, I'm not an atheist, nor do I contemplate God. I know He's real, because the world and the perfection of things wouldn't be up to this level without a higher being. But for now, I just question things. I question a lot of things. I do. But in my books, I would much prefer my child told me they were a homosexual, and I would have to deal with it and let it be, because I would much prefer that over a dead child, you know? You take your time, a woman has to carry it just for them to go kill themselves after, because of the wrong that they live in, that they don't have a choice. That they don't have a choice in. It's sad, you know? It's very sad. And it's life. You know, we have to go through with it and live with it all the time, and there's nothing you could do about it but question it. But that's all I'll say. And on the video was saying, no, I'm not an atheist. I'm not. I'm a Muslim who is just curious about the religion I have. But I'll end the video there. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys see me as something else, so be it, honestly. Because when I die, it's not nobody in this earth that I have to go in front of and answer to, but God is the only one. So if you like the video, you like it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. But I'll leave you guys there. Ciao, ciao.